Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for tuning into yet again another episode on Anfield Road TV. I'm joined by Spider LFC. I was hoping to be joined by Connor from the Cop Council this evening, so apologies. That's why I'm probably a bit late. Connor was having a bit of technical issues, but hope you've had a good start to your Monday afternoon. It's been a very good off the back of last night's show. Obviously, a lot of news was breaking or has broken over the last 48 hours in reality. A lot of rumours and still potential speculation, as we know. But Spider, things could be potentially looking up in relation to Liverpool getting funds to actually buy not just one, but potentially 20 midfielders at this rate. How you doing that?
Yeah, not too bad, I'd say. If it turns out like this, you're probably going to have Liverpool A team and Liverpool B team in the same league.
We'll have Jude, we'll have Barella.
Yeah,
We'll have
Everton will get
anyone.
relegated, and we'll just buy a second team into the league. Liverpool B, Liverpool A. So
Yeah.
then what did Bill Shankly say? We might as well just upgrade the reserves. There's only two teams. The only respectful half and half scarce of Liverpool and Liverpool reserves. Let's crack on, Jack.
Yeah, big up there. As I said, chat, and as I said, we are a news outlet anyway, but it could be completely wrong. And as I said, this could be potential rumours, could be photoshopped as well, that photo, but it has been doing the rounds, and it could be someone completely different that has got the clothing of Mohamed Salah on in that day given as well. But let's get to everyone in the comment section below. Johnny said, Agent Salah, let's go. Are these the same people that own PSG? As I said, there's a lot of great videos out there as well that have very much covered it a bit more in depth anyway. Don Hussam, my good mate, he done a great live stream. Watched that last night. So please do head over and check it out. I'll have to get Hussam on the channel when he's not busy because he's been absolutely smashed it. Big up, mate, as well. He done an excellent video. I was watching it today and obviously last night as well. But chat, if you can link obviously Ussam's channel link in the comment section below, would be very much appreciated anyway. So go and check it out. And as we spoke about it yesterday, Spider, in relation to Liverpool Football Club, we spoke about obviously FSG's lack of funds. We were going to talk. We briefly talked about Liverpool's potential ownership, whether it would be an investment, a 49%, or whatever investment into Liverpool Football Club would help generate funds. But by all accounts, as I said, a lot of the news coming out of Qatar and Middle Eastern news organizations, similar with certain movements in Luis Diaz, a lot of that news stories was getting released in South America before it was hitting the shores of obviously the British media tabloids. What do you think on this, mate? As I said,
I'm not too sure. When you see players meeting owners of other clubs, it's
potentially, as we said, it is rumor. We'll get the image up anyway, but it could be photoshopped. If it is, then apologies.
If it is, but look, we're just going to go by what we're looking at here and just call just see it as it is. But I mean, if that's not Salah, then that is Buddy and agent Abyss or something.
No, his agent wasn't there. Mate.
Okay.
His agent
well, that's okay.
Unless Salah's getting a move to Paris Saint-Germain. Then,
that's the norm. You see people meeting owners and stuff.
Where is it in a couple of weeks or a couple of months or 12 months time? Salah's going to PSG.
We'll take the 140 million from him. It'll be all right, it could be that way. That's what they're going to have to. That's what they're going to have to pay. But I wouldn't read too much into it. There's various different things going on today. The Qatari things have to taken off because of that. There's supposed to be Qatari, Saudi consortium. I'd rather just be Qatari, if I'm honest. I'd want to keep the Saudis out of it if I could. There's too many of them involved in the league at the moment, and I just think there's a lot more. How would you say it? There's a lot more
investment. There's
a lot more business prowess about the Qataris and how they do it, family nature, stuff like that. That you like it, even though it's a sovereign state and stuff like that. there's a lot more like a family kind of institution about their business, the way they do their business model, the way they do their the way they run their various companies are all run like a big family, to be honest with you. So it's the sense I'm trying to make now, lads. You'll have to excuse me because I've had no sleep last night. But like, so I fresh as it is.
Even pan off, big up chat as well. And
How's
as
it
I
going?
said, we are a news organisation. We'll debunk, we'll talk about rumours and all that. As I said, if people are watching it on the repeat and going, oh, it's complete, and if it turns out to be absolutely nothing, and so if it is Salah, if it isn't, then it's going to be an interesting next couple of weeks. In all honesty, chat. We all know Liverpool, and it would make sense. And we spoke about it last night as well, Spider, and spoke to the lads as well. If obviously Mike Gordon leaving the football club, our two chief scouting people within the football club are leaving come what the end of this season. There's big key figureheads at Liverpool Football Club stepping away from their roles. Yeah. And for me, Spider, in any form of business or any change of ownership around the world, if a new owner or people hired up,
they already know what's happening.
Yeah.
So that's why they're jumping ship, because they know they're not going to be able to work. The new owners are going to bring in their own team, their own people, their own, and
infrastructure and everything.
They'll go for the juggler. They'll be taking the best of the best from different clubs and bringing them in, and that's what they'll do. They'll triple probably the amount of people that are there scouting at the moment, and that's what you're going to get. Look, read into it what you will. If they do come in, so be it. If they, there was also talk about a company called Vanguard who are trying to look to pay 20%.
As we said about last night, if it's an investor, there'll be loads. And this is probably what ideal thing that FSU do want, mate. If there's any potential, if there's more bidding, more money on the table, that's what, like, if you're selling a business or whatnot, you want to have as many suitors as possibly can in terms of on the table in reality for me, mate.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know how we're going to get. Okay, so if FSG are going to do this and it's already in the books and go, I don't know how there's going to be a way for somebody to come in and buy into the club if all of these people are leaving. Because one thing they're coming in to buy, they're going to come in to buy to invest in the squad, but now you're going to have to invest in behind the scenes staff that are just dropping like flies out of the club. So like, what's the thinking into that? So
well, I should have really brought this up. Sorry, I'll quickly delve into this. This is from 442. I'll drop the link for that into the chat anyway. In a little second, mate. But just a quick summary. Obviously, Mark White obviously done an article 4 hours ago on 442's website, and as we know, there's a lot of English press, especially in the last 12 hours, last 24 hours, very much coming off the back of obviously what the Middle Eastern reports that are coming through over the last couple of hours. But Liverpool set for a monstrous takeover bid from Qatar in February. Mark Wright goes on to say Liverpool could be about to be in the money with Qatar Group set to bid for the Reds. Liverpool bracing themselves to be taken over by super rich Middle Eastern owners in the last 18 months. Both Newcastle and Chelsea have had huge takeovers, with recent reports from Sky Sports, we know not to Sky Sports, linking Tottenham with an investment from Paris Saint-Germain owners and Qatar Sports Investments. Now it seems like the Merseysiders are next with their own ownership, Fenway Sports Group having to put the club up for sale recently, or as with a quote where they were putting them up for sale, or potential investments into the football club, as we've seen already with Redbird Capital. That's information that we are fully aware. That is concrete, the investment from Redbird Capital. Qatar journalist Mohammed Akbar Al-Kabi, hopefully I pronounced that right, apologies if you haven't, he's claimed that Qatar are giving priority to the acquisition of Liverpool Football Club and are seriously interested, but the deal is not complete at this present moment. We'll see in the next few days. The Telegraph says, as reported, a February bid is apparently likely, whilst according to the Mirror, FSG wants a minimum of $4 billion for the club's valuation, having asked Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley to assist with the sale. Spider, with that, we done a show a couple of weeks ago, like everyone in the Liverpool YouTube vicinity and YouTube social media anyway. We spoke about that at the time, that FSG, as said there in that line, we're looking, and you were asking the top banks or top money people the correct valuation of Liverpool Football Club.
Yeah. I mean, I was thinking about £3.8 billion maybe, which will bring it up to like the $5 billion, or
There's very much conflicting reports at the minute, mate. So we were saying before we go on air, I think is it Liverpool or supposedly, if the bid is in around 3.5 billion, well, as that report, FSG want in around 4 billion, and if that's the case, Spider, it's just going to be a matter of a couple of 100 million. And hopefully it's how you structure.
I still think we'll go for 3-odd billion, because when you think of the money that they've invested versus the wages that they've spent versus the cost of the club in the first place, then you're looking at they're at least making about 620% profit.
Yeah, that's mad.
That's nuts,
Thank you for doing that maths there, lad.
It's just so like you're looking at that, and I think, and that's that's outside the money that they've spent. So
and I'd agree with. Sorry, Kevin. Alan saying, would built $1 million pound owner, then didn't have a private room surrounded by security. I'd agree there, Alan. Someone snuck in a camera there anyway, but you never know. Well, carry on, last.
No, there's some weird was going around just snapping at the side, like, and he's definitely fired after that. But it's just that. No, look, lads, if the investment is there and it's ready to go, apparently there's already like a verbal bid gone in for 3.2 billion, and FSG are looking for 4 billion. So Liverpool gets sold for 3.6 billion. They meet him in the halfway mark. And that covers the money that's spent on the stadium building Anfield Road end, and it's also covered on the loss of debt, which is 365 million as well. So
it's, and as me and you spoke, mate, and all of us probably with our mates and family, and when we spoke about Liverpool this season, and there has been, as reported in that article here, I'll quickly go on to say anyway, deals of this nature, and as we said already, me and Kev done countless videos a couple of weeks back anyway with Connor and the lads. Deals of this nature, that's probably why it's understandable. It's frustration for Klopp, because he's probably, as we know, being told behind closed doors, you're getting taken over, but you're not going to get money. But he's the manager of a football club, and he's getting criticised by all of us. Like, why aren't Liverpool winning games of football? And we need a midfielder, X, Y, and Z. And he's like, I can't really say. But obviously, in business terms, you don't really want to announce a business deal too early, because legally, you probably might put the brakes on it, really, Spider, wouldn't you, potentially long term?
Yeah, you'd have investors that are already involved jumping ship a bit too early and without hearing the proposals first. There's a lot to takeovers. It's not just a matter of going down and saying, "Oh, here's a $5. Oh, it's grand, I'll sell it to you for a $5." They have to involve everybody that have to invest in. AXA would have to be involved. All the stakeholders would have to be involved. Strangely enough, Ted Bowley will just appear there for no reason whatsoever, because he'll just try because that's the kind of guy he is. Just show up in the station. Are you here to play 4-4-3 as well?
That's probably why he's backing about 400, 500 million. He knows Liverpool, and potentially, if you believe reports or don't believe reports, as we said there, with Dubai owning Manchester City, but the potential, Manchester United have also been put up for sale by the Glazer family too. And as I said, there's a lot more better people, well advised in terms of have done amazing content on YouTube. So that probably got a lot more deeper reading and really a lot more knowledgeable mate. chat as well. So please do head out and check everyone's videos on that. But it's going to be interesting, mate. It's very rare that Liverpool and Manchester United both go up for sale at the exact same time. And by all accounts, rumoured, if Manchester United do get massively financed by a billionaire, whoever that billionaire is, similar to Liverpool, whoever it is, then it's basically game over for the rest of the Premier League. And then
I still think we're a bit more appealing than United. I don't care what Gary Neville says, but United.
And speaking of Gary Neville, did you see the video? We all seen that video last night. If you haven't seen it, go and check it out. Neville basically said on his podcast last night, I don't know if he let it slip or it was a different choice of words. He basically said Liverpool have been sold on a podcast and it's been viewed by 100 bloody million people on Sky Sports. Whether Carragher's let him know or someone, Gary Neville probably very well advised behind the closed doors.
It seems to be a badly kept secret now at this point in time. You know, that's what it feels like to me. It really does feel like it's a badly kept secret. Now, believe it when we see it. I won't believe it until I see whoever's owning us doing the lean up against the wall in Liverpool. You know what I mean? It's just that that's just the way it is. But like, even like I was just reading a couple of comments that you had there. If you want to bring a couple of them up, but Hannah was after saying these guys can't own PSG, Spurs, and Liverpool. No, they can't. They can own two at the same time, but they can't own the and they can't like do swaps between them without outside influence or something like that. So it's the same way RB Leipzig and RB Salzburg, and it has to be done with a third party involved as well or something. So
these billionaires might have got countless lawyers, as we've seen with Manchester City. But about 200 lawyers going just to the UEFA's offices.
Mr. Burns from The Simpsons, and Smithers. You know what I mean? And it's just that's it. Like, and I know, and Alan says, spider in a shirt. Must have been in court. I'm actually doing my best. What's I do my best Harry Hill impression. Simpsons and Stevens and Cleavers. Like right. And Hannah said there as well, like she said she's worried about it being state owned or whatever like that. As it might pull the heart out of the club. I can't see that happening, and for one reason alone. It's just because of the fans and just because of the city that the club is based in. I just can't see that being like, it doesn't matter how rich the person is coming into the club. It doesn't matter who it is. They like to come into Liverpool. They'll be given
the right way.
It's the right way, and they'll be well informed. Don't do name and selling rights. Don't do all of this kind of stuff, and you know, just fund the club and sit back. And in fairness to most of these guys that have come in so far, they've done that, except for maybe Man City, because their owners built the stadium.
If it is the PSG owner, and if if you look into reports over the last 48 hours, as the reports state in countless videos everyone's done, if PSG, if they are looking to sell PSG, their owner gets massively involved and he actually enjoys football. And you see him at the games, see him in press conferences as well. Very well knowledgeable. It's not like FSG turn up and probably don't even know who Brentford are. No respect to Brentford because they absolutely battered us and pulled our pants down a couple of days ago. But if you ask people in FSG, they probably don't really care. Probably know a lot about the Penguins or know about the Red Sox or the companies that they do own in America. But I'd quickly rattle through these comments, mate.
Okay.
But there's a lot to it, really, in reality, as I said. Just going to do a little video anyway. But it's going to be very interesting. First and foremost, I'd like to see just Jurgen Klopp backed. Whoever the owners are, as long as they put money in to the football club and Liverpool start winning trophies, fundamentally. For me, what's the point of supporting a football club if you're not winning trophies? Like, for me, like, it's...
when I think the difference between your likes of your
probably it is trophies, of course, but it's of course it's the culture about Liverpool as well. Liverpool is a fan base. We're one big family. That's why it annoys me when I do see kind of a divide on social media as well. We all should be one big family. Respect everyone's views, and as I said, that's why I got a load of people aren't involved in my channel that I have very different views to them. But as I said, I'm made up just to, that's why I created my channel, get different views, bring everyone together, talk about football, Liverpool winning games, Liverpool losing games as we have been in recent weeks. So that's what it's all about.
But it's been worse in the last couple of seasons before that. We lost 6 games at home in a row, So I mean, we've had worse seasons and still finished in good positions. So, and been further back on points. So, lads, it's not all doom and gloom losing 2 in a row. We've been here before. We can turn this around easily. Now, at the same time, what was I going to say to you ago when I was rudely interrupting you?
That was me interrupting you.
Yeah, there was something that was in the
the
chat.
ownership.
So the difference between FSG and the difference between FSG and somebody who's like this type of owner that's with PSG, as you said, there's certain differences there. But the thing is, if you have somebody who's super uber rich but loves the sport, they tend to just sit back and stay out of the way because there's nothing for them to lose.
Like, it's answer that point as well. Sorry, you look at the infrastructure at City. I think they got the Barcelona academy head fella or someone high up in Barcelona. That's why they're an absolute mess as well. And he brought him into the academy, and as you said, getting the right people in, getting the next Michael Edwards, Julian Ward as well into the club next.
See, but FSG have this strict kind of sell-to-buy
policy.
culture.
The money ball policy.
They need turnover all the time. They need it. So that's why it's when you think of it, FSG, and what they've done for us as well.
Excellent business model.
A good business model, but it's now starting to not work. And
it can only take you so far.
Yeah. So at that point, the policies have to go out the window, and the club needs backing and needs higher investment. And it's just a turning point for Liverpool, really.
And it's probably for just a bigger question, doesn't just me inspired. It's football as a whole, not just probably more in English football. Every single football club as well. No one give an absolute damn about Betty, which was absolutely just disgusting from my point of view.
Yeah.
If I had the money, which I don't, clearly, I would have at least tried to help them out.
Yeah.
But Manchester City were up the road.
Yeah, they wouldn't.
Of course, I don't know if they can do it legally. I'm not a legal expert. But there was plenty of people just sat there and watched football clubs. Bolton were very close. Was it last year or the year before to going out of business? Bolton Football Club. Bolton. Have a big history in English football as well, and the countless clubs that have, of course, it's mismanagement in certain clubs as well. Of course, not having the right, but it is a bigger talking point, not just for Liverpool fans, but for the direction in which football is going in.
Yeah,
in the next, well, which it's been going in this direction since Sky took over.
We can't go back to the days of the 80s where it was just a load of lads beating around the pitch, kicking the football, a little skin back and forth, and then going to the pub afterwards. It's now become
and getting 500,000 prize money.
It's not those days anymore. And that was the early days of me supporting Liverpool, and I loved everything about it because it is grassroots and it is for the working person, and it will stay that way. It'll also bring in extra people, but it's now a phenomenon. As a sport, it's probably the biggest watched sport in the world. So for me, it's. Each club is getting a turn. Like if Newcastle now are starting to catch up with their owners, and
they're winning the league in the next 5 years, mate. For me,
well, that will also come down to depend on where Liverpool and United get sold and bought in. Because at the end of the day, Newcastle fans could be delighted right now for about 6 months after getting taken over, and all of a sudden Liverpool got bought out by these people. These got bought out, and Liverpool still have a good model, and the rest of them are getting looked at for financial fair play. Then that's what you're kind of.
Yeah, no, you're spot on there, mate. I was just going to say, look at Bournemouth, mate. I think Bournemouth have just signed a player for, was it 24, 28 million? I get they've got, obviously, that American actor, but he's like a whole consortium of a group of people that have bought into Bournemouth. Little Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Which, as a football club, no disrespect, but from the financials of where Eddie Howe brought them through the divisions, you're looking at that now, mate. The Premier League, all these multi-billionaires or millionaires that are quite well off and got money available to invest in certain clubs. They're all sitting in the meetings. They probably all billionaires probably know each other, like in all forms.
Oh yeah,
going on the big yachts and everything.
Yeah, the court of owls, man. You know, it's the Illuminati right there. You know, it's a lot of them. You know
That's another show for another night.
Yeah,
Right?
they're all showing up in a rule and then just looking up at the Rothschilds and just kind of going.
What is it now? The Illuminati in the VAR control room. Yeah, there we go. That's what stopped Liverpool winning the league.
Nuts.
But yeah, so for me, football has always been going in. It has always been going away from the fans fundamentally.
Yeah.
Every single whatever you support Liverpool, you support Tranmere, you support Accrington. It's going in that direction, has been for a very long time. Of course, Spider, everyone come together and chat, come together in disgust to the Super League.
Oh yeah.
For what that stood for, but I didn't see people. Well, no, the whole footballing world and the Premier League and the FA. If Manchester City were bad owners, they wouldn't have. Well, they're not bad owners because they invest in Manchester, they invest in the infrastructure. They've come in, me and you, as much as it winds me up, I've said, City are buying the league. Well, they have, but their owners are willing to invest in, and a lot of people will go, oh yeah, the money's come from different sources and that. But for me, you'll have a lot more multi-billionaires basically coming into the Premier League.
Yeah.
And in the next 5 to 10 years, it's going to be basically have 20 billionaires owning every single football club.
Yeah, you're going to have the bottom 6 clubs owned by hundreds of millionaires, and the top 6, the top 14 clubs being owned by billionaires. You know, and that's just the way it is. But like in saying that, like it's all about the difference in what club is bought. This is the one really important point. Manchester City were bottom of everywhere, not doing anything when they were getting bought, you know, just basically moving up a league at the time after being down in the worst division at the bottom, and then getting bought. For them, it's the same as Newcastle, having won trophies in years at that time. No, there's just been no trophy history within the club for 60 years at that point. So they've just become a club that needed somebody to come in and just buy them out and turn them into a fairy tale club to be able to do anything. And that's why the fans are not as outraged as comparison would be to Liverpool or United or Arsenal or even Aston Villa type fans if these type of fellas came in and tried to do it that way. So what they'll do is come in, they'll invest, but we've already got a high enough structure at the club to say that it's not really buying a league, it's just boosting us slightly financially.
Even if every single one of us, if we need to buy 3 Liverpool kits a season, to get Mbappe, Gvardiol, Barella in one season, then we'll do it. To boost it and massively. If we need to, or every Liverpool fan around the world, go out, buy all 3 night kits next season, massively inflate the value of the football club into excess of trillions, then do it. As long as it means Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp or whoever, Jurgen. For me, Jurgen all day, as you know. And he actually gets backed in his career as a manager. Yes, he spent money, as we spoke about last night, but as I said, I'll rattle through all these anyway. Man, you copying us, and I think it won't be. It's only a matter of time. I think, Mark, it will be. United and Liverpool will be.
Even if Klopp doesn't go for like world star players, right? Because we know he creates it.
Yeah.
What he will do is he'll go for 2 of every type of his player and bring them in. And if some of them don't work, he's got the abundance to sell the rest off. But he might, there might be one. He might have to do once more. He might have to do. Yeah.
I wouldn't say 2 for 1 because it's not like Liverpool been signing midfielders every season. I know we've stockpiled. How many midfielders we spoke about last night? Liverpool. We've literally only got 1 technical world-class footballer, and that's Thiago Alcantara in our midfields. The rest are either running out of contracts or they're frankly not good enough to help Liverpool reach that next level. I just
watched one of the worst videos that I've ever seen about half an hour before they came onto the show, and it was the amount of giveaways and just bad, and it went on for a long time that poor Hendo's had in the last couple of seasons with his drop off in level, and it's just all air balls. It's giving away balls that end up in goal. Like the amount of mistakes that have led to a goal from the midfield in the last season or so alone has just been ridiculous. So, but it's not been said enough because we respect him now as a captain, but it has creeped back into his game.
Yeah, we don't want Henderson to be struggling on the pitch at the minute, right? As I said,
every player, he works his arse off. Yeah,
he works in with Milner. He worked it hard. The backside's off his base. But at the end of the day, it caught up with Lampard, caught up with Gerrard, caught up with every top player in football. Anyway, that's how football has evolved. And how football has always been. As far as PSG owners can't buy Liverpool, but they found a loophole. That goes to say what me and Spider and obviously chat we're alluding to. Do you know if there's a way around it, or whoever gets Liverpool, if there's a way around doing deals or business, they'll find a way. That's what.
RB Leipzig and RB Salzburg, same thing.
Yeah. I can't deny Klopp being able to splash the cash is really appealing. Big up G. Hope you're well, mates. A couple of new faces as well, so please do hit that subscribe button down below. As I said, and make sure you are heading over to everyone's channels as well on YouTube. Some amazing content out there. Big up everyone.
See the difference if Klopp does get backed and he goes for his type of player. You think of it this way: he can either go and spend one batch on a Enzo Fernandez and or an Enzo, or he could just do what we were saying, which is probably what Klopp would do: buy a Caicedo and buy a Matthias Nunes and see which one of them works out. Yeah, that's all he wants is just the ability to be able to do that.
Yeah,
so
that's what we've been crying out for. Bloody ages. Looks like a stage photo. And yeah, we did allude to that at the beginning of the episode, mate. So anyone that's tuning in, as I say, could be complete hearsay, could be rumours, but as I said, we're a news Liverpool fan channel. We talk about factual information and probably rumours potentially as well. That, as you said, mate, that photo could be photoshopped or it could be very much staged as well. You never know. Never truly know because we're not in the room. None of us are in the room unless Salah turns around and goes, "All right, boys, yeah, that was on his Instagram."
It does look a bit like a Motorola photograph, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's like when people take pictures of the spaceships, supposedly. It's always on the worst the dodgy phones going anyway. But yeah, it's like in modern era, you'd think they'll be able to get a crystal clean image. As far as the photo, make sure I know which I prefer. Sold out right. As the ratings are fair enough there, boys. Same here. Can you make me? Yabby. No, mate. Obviously, I think you just turned up here, mate. You have to be. You have to be a very regular viewer on the channel, mate.
Who are you?
So apologies, that. Well, thank you for tuning in, mate. Appreciate it. Hello, everyone. Big up, Carl. All the Premier League clubs.
That's like a guy turned up to your house and said, "Can I bathe your kids?" Do you need a hand? I don't know, dude. This is Jack's baby, man.
All the Premier League clubs will be owned by rich owners over the next 10 to 15 years, 100%, Connor. Even when we're all grey and old, football will have hit greater heights, or potentially, you never know, if the fans around the world all come together, you never know. But as I said, it's always going to go. The more money that gets pumped into the game, I'd like to just see, as I said, for the smaller clubs, I'd hope long term the ambitions for every football club in the world, even Argentina, Portugal, England, Spain, that a lot of that money from the big teams does very much filter down to the lower divisions, and it helps the infrastructure, developing the younger players as well, and the younger teams, and the not so well off football clubs that have like a brand new or have been established anyway. Big up. So Twitter winds me up. Never ask for a mod. 100% there, Mark. Nice one for that, La. Honestly, Brighton have the best ownerships. Snowing here now, Jack. Will be snowed in. I was going to say, is it snowing in Ireland?
It was. Danny was driving home from snow today, but we didn't see any. And that's only 30 kilometers away. But we didn't see any down here. So it was cold enough, though. We'll probably see it tomorrow.
Yeah, and there's big up Wigs. He's gone Qatar in. Yeah, fingers crossed. Could be looking positive. And And as I said, I just want fundamentally Liverpool Football Club to be winning games of football. Me, Spider, and the lads we spoke about last night, and everyone I was in comments, we just want to be seeing Liverpool winning trophies. And I made it a point here as well, mate. As I said, we spoke about the great infrastructure building that has happened with Manchester City.
Yeah.
The city of Liverpool, if the money does get pumped into the football club, it will create jobs, it will create investments into the city of Liverpool for Everton fans, for Liverpool fans, for the people of Liverpool. And I'd love not more than to see people getting jobs, people getting more opportunities. What you think
yeah, but like, if what one thing you can probably guarantee is that you're going to see a rail line heading up towards Anfield, whether it be on a tram line or something like that. You're going to see the stadium getting bigger. You're going to see like because like that's the one thing about Liverpool that's kind of like Anfield is a fortress in itself. But the one thing that's let it down is that there's not enough. There's been too many corporate seats and not enough tickets for normal fans. You know. And you know, with some of the setup that's happening now, with getting rid of the touts, the way they're doing things now, it's starting to work a little bit, I think. So that's a good thing. And but like, but for me, like the investment in the local area, and you must like FFG have done it in their own way around Anfield, but I think in this one, it's going to be a different.
It's going to be
level.
revolutionary.
Yeah, it's going to be a different level. Yeah, you're talking about like another couple of skyscrapers showing up in Liverpool. You're gonna see, newer, better road systems. You're going to see all that being put in place. You're going to see a plan that's going to develop Liverpool by at least 3 billion. You're thinking easy. And that's just on transport and infrastructure, right? You know, so
Liverpool, as we know, obviously for people outside Liverpool, as fans, obviously Liverpool is a city where there was the thing called Liverpool City capital culture, capital. Is it capital of Europe?
The capital is European capital culture.
Yeah.
We got capital, it 1 year. Yeah. Actually, Cork got it.
Yeah,
Cork got it 1 year, and you got it the following year.
Yeah, so that was it. Capital culture. Yeah. Liverpool got that, and that for the city of Liverpool, we're still feeling the benefits of that because there's so much European money coming to Liverpool, and obviously a lot of tourists as well, and obviously the Beatles, Liverpool, Everton as well. Obviously the infrastructure, the cathedrals in Liverpool.
Bloody Wolves.
Wolves fans.
Wolves.
No,
Wolves.
No, everyone's welcome, as we know. That's just. Oh, yeah, your one's father. What?
I'm blowing. Yeah, day tripper.
Yeah. Skinny is a free in the summer. Yeah, that'd be a good little addition, mate. But as I said, let's see. We're sure that was other ways than money that being. Hannah, as we know, it might be state-owned, it might not. As we said,
it's actually a private company.
Not. If it's a private company, then as we said, if it is a private company, but as we said, do we really truly ever know where money comes from in the world? No one ever, like these big organizations, no one will ever truly know unless
nobody who's rich never got their hands dirty.
Yeah,
that's just the way you have to look at it. Yeah,
you don't become a billionaire by selling bread. It's basically it is.
You do it by punching 12 people in the face, taking their 12 breads, and then multiplying that out. You know what I mean? That's just the way. That's the way. People fight for what they get, and some people get it. Some people are born into it. So,
and fair enough if they have those billionaires got it the right way, then fair enough. But
fair. I'd love that if that was the case. Yeah, fair juice.
Yeah, but basically the way in which iPhones are made as well. Basically, everyone, multi-millions of people around the world have iPhones. Does that stop them buying iPhones with how they make them? No, which is the sad reality. But yeah, it's for me, which is very disappointing. Great man to think. I like Mark. Nice one for that chat. Anyway, I think he's if you need to, just time him out for a bit. He's just going a bit mad in the comments. These things just being there's more than one type of multi-billionaire. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. They're all not clean, 100%. And I think we'll just quickly wrap through all these. But 100% agree where I understand where Hannah's coming from, and as I said, there will be a lot of A lot of caution from a lot of Liverpool fans, and quite rightly so. But for me, as I said, I just want to see Liverpool fundamentally winning games of football. As I said there, the investment in the city, if possible, if a takeover happens or investment, Jurgen Klopp gets backed in the window. And as I said, the way in which the Premier League, most importantly, Spider and chat, just the closing points, is it's going to be evolving the Premier League even more in the next, as chat alludes to, in the next 5-10 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to lift it up the TV rights money, and its billions, change the whole market. So it's for that, even with that, even if there was one person that was from the royal family involved, he wouldn't be like the main person as the chairman of the company. So it would be the owner, would be the private company, which is the Qatari based company, I think, and then there's a Saudi involvement somewhere, and that, but it wouldn't be state owned like the like Man City.
Yeah, bear with 1 second there, chat. I think something might have broke.
Well,
a quick look. A quick look on Twitter. Not in relation to the owners, but I think there's just some comments. If I can find them. Not on Liverpool, chat, just in general in terms of Liverpool. Obviously, if you're on social media, I know obviously we're on YouTube now, but if you go on Twitter, if you've got Twitter, obviously for copyright issues, obviously I can't show the video, but there's a load of interviews of Jurgen Klopp. If you want to watch it tonight, it'll be on there after this. He talks about the owners. I think it's only for like 30 odd seconds, so go and check it out. That's on Twitter. But yeah, I can't find that. I don't think anything's broke at the minute, but I suppose I'd seen someone on Twitter. But yeah. But yeah, if reports, we will bounce back. FSG does. Anyway, I'll be getting a hostile. Well, big up there, Hannah. Thank you very much for tuning in there. No, as I said, it's the thing. It's hope you're okay. As I said, please everyone just calm down a little bit if everyone can. Used to go to Anfield 5 times a season. Now I can't go. Yeah, it's same with a lot of me Geordie mates as well. Carl, there was season tickets very freely on offer at Newcastle, but obviously with the new change of ownership, Spider, it's like anything in life. There's a lot of popularity in everything. Really, there's going to be less
success turns £55 tickets into
500.
Into 500. Yeah, it's just the way it is, I used to be able to go over every 3 weeks to Anfield, and that was a handy time for me. But no, I'd be lucky if I can get over 3-4 times a year max.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the thing, gaming's in it. Yeah, Qatar money would be for the football club. Oh yeah, Christ. Oh Jesus. I don't think even Liverpool have got a city council now, mate. Anyway, because I think something happened with Joe Anderson anyway. And I think it was like, I think they've re-elected someone after that Eamons, or I should really know, but it sort of happened a couple of months ago where there was a big change of leadership.
Scandal or something.
Yeah.
I know, the only reason I was saying that anything would be built in the city is because if they were to build on the stadium, there's certain standards that have to be made and matched to build a stadium of that size. Yeah, it has to have the right type of transport outside, which then leads to infrastructure heading back into the city, because then you got to create a line, which means you got to create more buildings, which means something that has to be invested back in, as in, i.e., another big building put into the city somewhere to meet both ends of the track and along that way. So there has to be money made along that track somewhere.
And a certain club's moving across from Stanley Park in a couple of years to a new stadium.
Yeah.
And if we demolished that, or we bought that land and made a train station, then that fixes it, mate.
It does, yeah.
There is train tracks.
And then maybe you might get back your culture status because they took it away by knocking down two.
But then they'll be going, oh, we give you the train station. Yeah. It's like, no, we bought it again.
You know that, right? Because Everton Stadium, where it's been built, you lost the cultural status from Europe that you had in 2008 or was it 2009, because they knocked down two things in the city that actually gave you that status, and without those, you lost your cultural status as a city. Yeah.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
As I said, I'll quickly rattle through these. There's only going to be a short episode, everyone. As I said, please do head over and check everyone's content, as was mentioned. Don Hussam, I'm going to hopefully get Hussam on very soon, but he done a fantastic video last night. I think he's doing another live stream this evening as well, so please do head over. Fantastic content. As I said, been on his channel plenty of times. Good mate on YouTube, and as I said, he's like everyone's creating very amazing content. So please do head over, check it out. I watched it, so it's good. But yeah, chat. Have a lovely rest of your night, Spider. Are you not gigging tonight?
I am not gigging tonight, and to Diego Jose. The gig was last night at 12 midnight till 2. I haven't slept yet because I had to wake up for the kids to go to school this morning. And I literally took off the suit and shirt. I had 2 shirts ready to go for a gig last night, swapped one out for the other one, and I've been sitting in it all day, just like a bum. But a tired bum at that. But no, I'm staying up until the end of it tonight. I'm streaming straight after this. I'll be over on Twitch. We're doing a GTA.
Right, he's not going to be in shit. Saying that, you never know. In a couple of hours, he'll be getting announced. I'll tell you what, I'm getting Susan on and we get taken over. I was like, was this Sky Sports News or something?
Yeah. Today in the news. All right. But I'm streaming straight after this. We're doing a GTA playlist and Irish Spider Guy on Twitch. So that should be fun. Just a load of Irish guys shouting at each other for while they bump each other off a track, really. While we're getting a few beers. And so, yeah, that should be good.
Yes. But big up Jose, as I said. And big up every single one. He's big up Hannah as well. Big up Panov. Big up the Egyptian King as well. As I said, he loved it. Hope you're well, Jose, as well, mate. Every single one he is. Really do appreciate all support, as always. As I said, everyone, I hope you have a fantastic night. If anything changes, as I've said, I know probably a lot of people will be clicking on the video after this video has been live and going, it's a photo, as we said, and we did say at the beginning of the episode, potentially could be staged, could be a double, or just could be someone with the same clothing as Salah that given day, and it was another parallel universe, really. You never know. The two
just taking some sort of happiness from somewhere. That's what we're trying to do, really.
Yeah. But as I said, it's looking positive, Spider chat. It's going to be interesting to see how the next days, weeks, and potential months, if Liverpool are potentially going to be getting invested or taken over. Hopefully, it's Liverpool get back to winning ways. And of course, we'll quickly round off next couple of minutes. We got the game tomorrow, mate. As I said, I haven't done a bloody Wolves because I've been bloody busy, mate. Or content. We'll do a little preview. Chat, let me know your thoughts going into tomorrow night's game in terms of the Wolves game. In basically a second round, the replay of that game. As I said, mate, I want to look at it and I just want to get behind these lads anyway. Even if we don't get the results, and with the positive news potential that we've had over the last 48 hours of potential ownership, I just want to see, first and foremost, Liverpool win tomorrow night. However they win, of course, you want to see Liverpool play a bit more of an improved performance. But what are your thoughts going into that game tomorrow, mate? Chat, let us know your thoughts going forward.
I think that I'm always optimistic and stuff like that, and I'm going to try and stick with the optimism because at some point Klopp has to turn this around. And for me, look, we're a better side than Wolves. We can definitely show that. We didn't show it kind of last week. We let them in a bit too easy, and we've done that a lot in recent times. But look, I'm hoping there's going to be a bit of a showing. Wolves had kind of like a weak inside last week as well when they were there, and especially with us against Brighton, they had a weak inside out, in comparison. They were missing Trossard and things like that. I want to stay optimistic, and I'm hoping that we get some goals first off tomorrow night and just shut up shop. I'd rather just take a clean sheet for most of the game and then just win it 1-0 away from home. I would take that in a heartbeat. When it comes to the FA Cup, we're out of the league, so we need to really be pushing, for some sort of a domestic trophy since we're out of the other one, and the Champions League really. But fourth spot for me is the priority, and Champions League after that. So I don't care. I just want to see a good game of football, and I want to see more effort made by the lads. I really don't care. I just want to see more effort.
Do you see? And for me, it's going to be interesting how Jurgen Klopp very much does approach the game against Wolves in relation to potential chopping and changing of certain players. I think we see with the Wolves team, it was a bit of a mixed bag in reality. A couple of players in, a couple of players out. But and you look at the draw, it was. But if you got Liverpool got in the other draw, but it was
Brighton.
Brighton.
Brighton,
Oh yeah, the FA Cup. Yeah, it was the next round, so we got Brighton. Not to say we'll win that because we need to actually beat them, get revenge on them, mate. But do you see Klopp making wholesale changes, or do you think he'll go strong, similar like he did in the Premier League, and just try and get a run of games together?
I think recently he's tried to play the lads into form, and that clearly hasn't worked. I think maybe they do need a couple of games break or something like that. And Doak looks hungry when he comes on. He's not. I was finding it strange that he was played out on the left the other night rather than on the right. It just didn't seem to suit his style a bit. I think he was on the right. He looks like he can beat anybody, and then on the left he looked like he was a rabbit in headlights, a little bit. I look. If Milner's fit, you'll probably see him playing tomorrow night. Just to kind of kick the lads around the place in the middle of the park if you can. Curtis Jones could probably get a start if he's fit, and I'm thinking, like, what can we do going ahead? I don't know if Nunes is back for this.
No, he's. I was watching his interview today, mate.
Yeah,
obviously with Jürgen, obviously when he got asked about Jonas. He won't be. Klopp said he's not too far off, but he doesn't want to. He only come back. What day are we on now? Yeah, today. He only come back in training on Monday.
Okay.
He said, but he doesn't want to be rushing him. So
he'll be okay for Saturday. So for Chelsea, and so yeah. So if he gets at least 4 sessions in, he'll be okay.
I'm gonna go score prediction, mate. I'm gonna go 1-0 Liverpool. I know a couple of people are going pens, and it wouldn't surprise me. If it was a win.
I think it'll be 2-0 or 3-1 to Liverpool. I'm thinking that they're going to have to make an effort tomorrow. Wolves might still be able to nick a goal, but I'm still thinking that I think we should go at them fast and hard. I think in the first 20 minutes of the game we've been closing down well.
Old school Liverpool.
First we've been playing well, and then more of the second half of the first half we seem to be more dominant on the ball. Whereas we're closing down more at the start of the game. So I'd like to see it a bit of both in the first 20 minutes, if you please, and nick a goal or so at the start of that, and then just push on from there in the second half. Even if the equaliser doesn't matter, just push on. Don't drop the heads. Don't get complacent, and stop hitting looping long balls.
Oh,
for Christ's sake, just stop it for once. So.
Keep the ball on the floor.
I don't want to see Jordan Henderson the other team tomorrow night. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to see him starting. I think he needs an extra rest. And I don't want to see any more looping balls. And Jesus, if it's the FA Cup and you're trying, lads, again for the 500th time, put Trent in the middle of the park and stick Ramsey right back if he's fit.
And especially
stick Gomez right back,
Yeah, and especially as much as we hate it, especially if it is a transition of ownership.
Yeah.
We potentially could have a transition in terms of the way in which we play this season.
Yeah.
As much as we dislike it, of course, and if we get top form, in a transition season, as much as we all hate that word, but if it is to be that, then, as Spidey alluded to, playing Trent in midfield or trying Trent a bit more higher up the pitch and potentially bring Gomez in when he's in full form, playing right back or whatnot, different formation. But time will tell. Spider, it's been an absolutely fantastic stream. Really do appreciate you jumping on, mate. And big up Connor as well, who I will be getting on soon. Obviously, he was having a bit of technical issues coming on this evening. Yeah. But as I said, chat, if you are watching on the post video as well, please do get involved. Let us know your thoughts. Of course, a lot of people will have different raging opinions, so please do respect everyone's opinions in the comment section below, everyone. I know you as well. I don't really need to bloody school teach you anyways at all. You're all fully grown adults. But it's been an absolute pleasure as always. As I said, we spoke about it, so if you just tuned in now, just go to the beginning. As I said, is it rumor? Is it true? We discussed it. Time will tell. Time is the biggest teller in reality. In the next weeks, months, hopefully it's done a bit more quicker. And as Spider switches on his Xbox,
oh, is that come on? Oh yeah. Oh, that's a Steam Deck. Sorry, over time.
Oh, good lad. But chat, as I said, big up every single one of you in the comment section below as well. Big up Russ. Russ is still, but Russ, enjoy it whilst it lasts, lad. We're getting taken over. We're covering for you, lad. Next season. Oh, this season potentially. You know, the window's not closed. But chat, look after yourselves. Have a lovely rest of your Monday evening as well, everyone. Or if you're watching on the repeat, have a fantastic rest of your day on Tuesday. But Reds, you never walk alone, and it's very interesting times ahead for the football club. Ta-da.
Guitar.